My boyfriend got into Tsinghua University but decided to retake the college entrance exam. I urged him to attend Tsinghua. Later, we went abroad for graduate studies, returned to start a business, and lived a happy, prosperous life. Yet, after his high school crush died from domestic violence, he killed me. It's all your fault for convincing me to go to Tsinghua. If I had gone to repeat the year with Lacey, she would have married me and wouldn't have suffered domestic violence. Turns out, the campus belle was his true love all along. When I opened my eyes again, I had gone back to the time right after the college entrance exams. I, Tansy Lin, want to retake the college entrance exams. Go ahead. Gracian was very happy to hear my support. Lacey Zhao is also retaking the exams. With my scores, I shouldn't have any problem asking the teacher to be in the same class as Lacey Zhao. I nodded in agreement. After all, 702 points. Gracian muttered to himself, then it's settled. Then he suggested, I'll treat you to a movie later. No, I refused, meeting his eyes this time, with more to say. Gracian, let's break up. Gracian froze for 2 seconds, then snapped back with arrogant disdain. Fine, let's break up, just as well. I don't do long-distance relationships. We were bound to split eventually. I nodded and turned to leave. In my previous life, when Gracian was about to retake the college entrance exam, I tried every means to persuade him to attend Tsinghua University instead. We entered the gates of Tsinghua together, continuing our studies and our relationship, then went on to pursue graduate studies at Columbia University after graduation. After returning from our studies abroad, Gracian and I started a business. Within just 2 years, our company became profitable. Later, the company went public, we got our marriage license, and started preparing for pregnancy. But after learning that his high school crush Lacey Zhao had been fatally beaten by her husband, he inexplicably disappeared for 3 days, and no one could find him. 3 days later, he returned home, violently beat me, and ultimately stabbed a knife into my heart. It's all your fault for convincing me to go to Tsinghua. If I accompany Lacey to repeat the year, she will marry me and won't suffer domestic violence. It suddenly dawned on me. The school beauty was his true love after all. So now, I stopped trying to persuade him. Go repeat the year. Go accompany your Lacey. May your future be filled with marriage and happiness until old age. I returned home, tidied up the Tsinghua admission letter, and planned what to bring for the start of school, intending to go shopping in a few days. The next day, while scrolling through my phone and checking social media, I came across Lacey Zhao's official announcement. Lacey Zhao, everyone says I'm the school beauty. Well, the school beauty and the top student are now together. 2 pictures were included. The first one is a hand-holding photo, and the second one is a kissing photo, with Gracian kissing Lacey Zhao on the cheek. Lacey Zhao and I have many mutual friends, so I can see others' comments. Wow, a perfect match. Both talented and attractive. Congratulations, Lacey. Wishing you happiness. Congratulations to the campus belle and the top student. When are you treating us to a meal? Before I could finish reading the comments, my deskmate Li Jing sent me a message. When did you and Gracian break up? Li Jing and I are very close. We're deskmates and best friends. She knows everything about me. Yesterday, I replied. Li Jing quickly responded. Gracian moved on without a hitch. I chuckled but didn't reply further. Actually, Gracian and Lacey Zhao had been in the same class since freshman year. There were once rumors about them. But after the school bully publicly announced his relationship with Lacey Zhao during sophomore year, no one brought up those rumors again. In my previous life, Gracian and I got together during the summer vacation of our second year in high school. During a PE class in the second semester of that year, Gracian blocked a flying basketball for me. Under the sunlight, his figure and face looked so handsome, and at that moment, I fell for him, starting my secret crush. During the summer vacation after our second year, classmates invited me to go hiking. I didn't expect Gracian to be there too, and on the way down, he found a chance to confess his feelings to me. My secret crush became reality, and I was overjoyed, saying yes, entering the intense final year of high school. My relationship with Gracian was simple. We studied together, helped each other with problems, and made a pact to get into Tsinghua University. Finally, We both succeeded. In the summer after the college entrance exams in my past life, Lacey Zhao met with Gration several times. Gration mentioned it to me, saying it was just casual meals with classmates, possibly with others present. Back then, I was carefree and didn't think much of it. Looking back now, it probably wasn't just casual meals, but it doesn't matter anymore. In this life, everything about Gration has nothing to do with me, and I don't want to have any connection with him. After a long silence in the chat box between me and Li Jing, she sent another message. I plan to repeat the year. Last night, I discussed it with my parents. I don't want to settle for a second-tier university. I want to fight for another year. In her previous life, Li Jing also repeated a year of study and was admitted to the Communication University of China the following year. At that time, Gration and I were at Tsinghua University, on her first weekend after enrollment. Gration and I treated her to a meal to welcome her to Beijing. Now, I fully support the same idea she had in her past life. Yes, work hard for another year and get into the university you desire. Communication University of China is Li Jing's dream school. I must get into CUC. Wait for me in Beijing. Alright, after talking with Li Jing, I decided not to check Lacey Zhao's social media anymore and made up my mind to delete her. After breaking up with Gration yesterday, I deleted all his contact information, but at that time, I didn't pay attention to Lacey Zhao's social media account. I clicked into Lacey Zhao's profile and was about to delete it when a message came in. From Lacey Zhao. Surprised, I opened it. At that moment, more messages followed in quick succession. Tansy Lin, did you see my Moments post? I've actually liked Gray for a long time. I had a crush on him since freshman year of high school. Now, we're finally together, and I'm so happy. Since you and Gray have already broken up, I hope you won't bother him anymore. He and I are going to repeat the year together, and next year we'll both take the exam for Nanjing University. Is this bragging and a warning? But I don't feel the slightest ripple in my heart. A slight smile curled at the corners of my lips as I decided to reply. Looking forward to seeing you both get into Nanjing University. In this lifetime, this pair, may they stay locked together forever. Exiting the chat window, I deleted Lacey Zhao. The summer vacation passed quickly, and 3 days before heading to Beijing, I arranged to meet with Li Jing. While we were shopping at the mall, we ran into Gration and Lacey Zhao holding hands. When they saw us, they froze for a moment, then Lacey Zhao leaned into Gration, displaying intimacy before smiling and greeting me and Li Jing. Tansy Lin, Li Jing, what a coincidence. The two of them walked over. Gration stood in front of me, looking relaxed and smiling naturally. Tansy Lin, when are you going to Tsinghua? In a few days, I replied calmly. So you're a college student now, he said with sarcasm in his voice. Soon, Lacey Zhao chimed in. Gray, we'll be college students next year too, once we get into Nanjing University next year. We'll treat our classmates to a seafood feast. Sounds good. Gration nodded in agreement, his gaze full of affection as he looked at Lacey Zhao. Don't worry, I got into Tsinghua this year. With me tutoring you for a year, you'll definitely get into Nanjing University. I believe you, really. The two gazed at each other affectionately, with Lacey Zhao swaying her body, almost kissing Gration. Hey, public place here, don't make it awkward, Li Jing reminded them. Anything else? If not, we're leaving. Only then did Lacey Zhao compose herself and look at me. Sorry about that, Gray and I are still in the honeymoon phase. When emotions take over, we just can't help it. Tansy Lin, you're not jealous, are you? A clear provocation. I shook my head and said calmly, I've had my share, and what I've let go of, there's nothing to be jealous about. Lacey Zhao was embarrassed, Gration was astonished. Li Jing burst into laughter, realizing what had happened. Gration fumed. Tansy Lin, it was me who didn't want you. You're rigid, old-fashioned, a bookworm, and ugly. Nowhere near as good as Lacey. I stopped wanting you a long time ago. I asked, then why didn't you break up with me earlier? Instead, it was me who brought it up. Gration was at a loss for words. I didn't want to speak any longer with someone I despised, so I took Li Jing and left. We hadn't gone far when Lacey Zhao's voice sounded behind us. Tansy Lin, you're all alone with no one to rely on. What's there to be so arrogant about? Just wait and see. Gray and I will go to college together next year. In the future, we'll get married and have kids. You'll be so jealous." The corners of my lips curled slightly. Then just wait and see. In her previous life, Lacey Zhao's husband was someone she met during her repeat year. A young man from a wealthy family with a bit of money to his name. In this life, Lacey Zhao is about to meet this same young man again. As for what happens next, as she said, we'll just have to wait and see. In September, I stepped through the gates of Tsinghua University. With memories from my past life, I didn't need time to adjust to the environment and quickly immersed myself in studies. In this lifetime, I plan to stay at Tsinghua University all along, pursuing a master's degree and then a PhD. In November, I had a video call with Li Jing over the weekend. After telling me about her repeat year of high school, she shared some things about Gracian and Lacey Zhao. Those two didn't study seriously at all. Gracian was always reading novels, and Lacey Zhao even secretly folded paper stars for Gracian. A girl in class told me that Lacey Zhao said to her, "There's no point learning now as I'll just forget. When the next semester starts, I'll have Gracian help me make rapid progress. And we'll definitely do well in the college entrance exams." After hearing this, I just smiled and didn't comment. Soon, the semester ended, and I went home for the Chinese New Year holiday. On the 26th day of the 12th lunar month, I went to my aunt's house to play with my cousin and met Lacey Zhao on the way. She looked me up and down and commented, "You've been in college for half a year, and you're even staying in Beijing, yet you still look so rustic." I smiled and mocked myself. "I'm used to being rustic." Lacey Zhao smiled contentedly and then arrogantly analyzed, "Tsinghua is not good at all. Nanjing University is the best." I used to like Nanjing University, but recently, after learning more about its majors and environment with Gray, I found I like it even more. Still smiling, I chimed in, "I wonder if Nanjing University likes you back. Even if Tsinghua isn't good, you still can't get in. You wouldn't make the cut." Lacey Zhao, having been rebuffed twice, finally caught on and her expression twisted with fury. "Tansy Lin, who do you look down on? Gray and I will definitely get into Nanjing University. And Nanjing University will like us too. As for Tsinghua, I can't be bothered to take the exam." Childish words from childish people. I just smiled and nodded along. People should just be happy. That's what matters. Perhaps noticing I wasn't arguing, Lacey Zhao tossed her head and changed the subject. "Looking so provincial like this, you must not have a boyfriend, right?" she began to boast. "Gray and I are still doing great. Just the other day, Gray bought me a necklace. It wasn't expensive, but it's really pretty. Gray even said that when he marries me, he'll definitely buy me a big diamond ring." Tansy Lin, "Are you jealous?" I nodded. "Of course I am. Such a big pie looks so tempting." Lacey Zhao was taken aback, then got angry. "This isn't a pie, it's Gray's promise to me." "Well, Gracian also promised to buy me a villa in Beijing. Why don't you ask him when he's going to do that?" I said. Watching Lacey Zhao's furious expression, I turned away with satisfaction. As the new year arrived, on the afternoon of the second day, while shopping with my cousin near her home, I saw Lacey Zhao again. This time, she wasn't alone. There was a guy by her side. At first glance, I knew the guy wasn't Gracian. Watching them walk out of the milk tea shop again, the guy turned to adjust Lacey Zhao's scarf, and she smiled happily. At that moment, I saw the guy's face clearly. It was her husband from the previous life. In the previous life, after Gracian and I went to Tsinghua, I never saw Lacey Zhao again. But when she got married, some classmates attended the wedding and posted about it on social media. I remember scrutinizing the photos carefully at the time, thinking to myself that Lacey Zhao's husband wasn't good enough for her. After all, she was the school beauty. Now, that face was identical to the one I remembered as Lacey Zhao's husband. No mistake about it. Watching them walk side by side, getting along so well, I suddenly smiled. Is this love between three people? But maybe not. After all, just last year Lacey Zhao said she and Gracian were doing great, and now this situation, perhaps it was just a casual meeting between classmates. As the new semester began, I threw myself back into the busy routine of studying. Knowing Li Jing was under academic pressure, I never reached out to her first. always waiting for her to contact me before we'd have a brief chat or a short phone call. This continued until the day after the college entrance exams ended. When I received a call from Li Jing, Tansy, Li Jing exclaimed excitedly, "I estimated my score to be 670 points, which should be enough to get into Communication University of China." Hearing this, I got excited too. "That's great. I'll wait for you in Beijing and treat you to a big meal." Mim. After my final exams ended, my roommate and I found a part-time job at a training institution, which provided accommodation, so I didn't go home for the summer vacation and stayed in Beijing instead. After the college entrance exam results came out, I called Li Jing to ask, "Tansy, 686 points, higher than I expected," Li Jing said excitedly. "I applied to Communication University of China, should be a sure thing." I happily agreed. "Yes, choose the major you like, admission shouldn't be a problem." Alright. Later, on the day Li Jing filled out her college application, she told me about it, along with her second and third choices, and the worst-case scenario she had prepared for. During the day, I worked at a training institution, and in the evenings, I occasionally went out with my roommate to explore the nearby area. Though most of the time I just rested in the dorm, that night, just as I had finished washing up and lay down on my dorm bed, I received a call from Li Jing. "Tansy, breaking news." I was puzzled. Gray-Shen and Lacey Zhao didn't get into Nanjing University. I understood immediately. This was the news. Li Jing continued. Their scores were way below Nanjing University's admission cutoff. Gray-Shen scored over 100 points lower than last year. Probably won't even make it into any 985 or 211 universities. Lacey Zhao only improved by 40 points compared to last year, barely passing the second-tier college cutoff. At this point, Li Jing summed it up. Their repeat year was pretty much a waste of time for both of them, especially Gray-Shen. Last year it was Tsinghua, the top university, and this year, TSK. I wonder if he regrets it now. I suspect Gray-Shen doesn't regret it. Since repeating was what he wanted in his past life, and now he's gotten his wish in this one. Now, even if the exam results aren't great, at least I'm with Lacey Zhao. I gathered my thoughts, didn't mention any of this, and casually responded with a couple of lines. Li Jing added, "Actually, this outcome for the two of them is pretty normal. Over the past year, they haven't been studying much, always showing off their relationship. Oh, by the way, Gray-Shen got into a fight once. It seems he hit a boy for Lacey Zhao, but I'm not sure about the details. I heard it from the boys in our class. I guess that boy might have been Lacey Zhao's husband in her past life, but there's no evidence, and it's none of my business, so I didn't think much more about it." At the end of August, Li Jing came to Beijing, and I went to the station to pick her up. I treated her to a meal, showed her around Beijing for 2 days, and then accompanied her to register at school. My sophomore year courses were more numerous than my freshman year, keeping me busy every day, but occasionally on weekends I would find time to go shopping or have meals with Li Jing. During one of our shopping trips, Li Jing told me, "A classmate mentioned that Gray-Shen and Lacey Zhao got into a second-tier university and are at the same school. That classmate also said that in their small group chat, Gray-Shen and Lacey Zhao often show off their affection. And their relationship is incredibly good." I smiled and replied, "Pretty good." After the semester ended, Li Jing and I went back to our hometown together for the new year. A few days before the new year, while I was accompanying my mom shopping for clothes, I suddenly spotted a familiar figure. Lacey Zhao was wearing a woolen coat, standing across the street with her hands in her pockets, as if waiting for someone. "What are you looking at, Tansy?" my mom asked while picking out clothes. I quickly averted my gaze. "Oh, nothing. How about this dress?" my mom asked me. "It looks nice. Try it on." "Alright, then wait for me. I'll have the salesperson find the size and try it on." At this moment, when I turned to look across the street again, Lacey Zhao was hugging a man. My first guess was Gray-Shen, but the next second, after they separated, I saw the man's height and profile, which didn't quite resemble Gray-Shen. Then the man put his arm around Lacey Zhao's shoulders, and the two walked into the nearby chain hotel, chatting and laughing. I immediately doubted myself. Did I see it wrong? But the next day, when I unexpectedly ran into Gratian at the supermarket after shopping, I was sure I wasn't mistaken yesterday. That man really wasn't Gratian. But whether he is or not doesn't matter. Their affairs have nothing to do with me. Gratian walked up to me with a smile. What a coincidence. I remained silent. He smirked and asked sarcastically, "How's Tsinghua treating you?" "Not bad," I replied indifferently. He glanced at me and asked, "Seems like you don't have a boyfriend yet. Do you?" I didn't answer. Gratian took my silence as confirmation, his smile widening as he began to show off. "I've been with Lacey for a long time. We're at the same university now, and we're living together. The dorm conditions are terrible, and I didn't want Lacey to suffer, so I rented a place off campus for us to live together. Lacey often praises me as a good man and loves me very much. I do her laundry every day and occasionally cook for her. We're very happy together." After hearing this, I felt genuinely happy for them in my heart. That's really nice. Gratian didn't notice any emotional reaction from me and immediately raised his chin disdainfully, asking, "Tansy Lin, do you regret breaking up with me? Lacey isn't here. If you regret it, you can show it, say it." Gratian said with a confident and arrogant smile, "I know I'm quite the catch." Being missed and liked is only natural. I was speechless inside, almost laughing. "Gratian, confidence is a good thing. But I don't regret it at all," I said calmly with a smile. Gratian didn't believe it. "No one has wanted you for so long. Haven't you missed me at all?" "Not at all." Gratian was furious. "You're just being stubborn." He composed his expression and added, "Although I gave up on Tsinghua and didn't get into Nanjing University, I have Lacey. Lacey means more to me than anything. I'll cherish and love her for the rest of my life, have children with her, and live happily ever after." I fully agreed and nodded. I wish you both the best." Gratian brightened up again. "Tansy Lin, when Lacey and I get married, if she allows it, I'll invite you to our wedding to witness our happiest moment." I think about the man near the hotel yesterday and respond with a smile, "Sure, I'll wait for your wedding invitation." I heard about Gratian and Lacey Zhao again during my senior year while preparing for the postgraduate entrance exams. I was very busy during that time and didn't have a chance to meet Li Jing, but she mentioned it over the phone. Lacey Zhao is pregnant. Gratian and Lacey Zhao dropped out together and planned to get married and have the baby. I heard that Gratian's family gave Lacey Zhao's family a generous betrothal gift before the two officially registered their marriage. Lacey Zhao told a few classmates that she won't be holding a wedding ceremony for now because she feels too unattractive with her big belly. She plans to have a makeup ceremony after giving birth. She wants to be a beautiful bride. I wasn't the least bit surprised by this news. It's great. They've finally achieved a happy ending. Gratian's lifelong wish from his past life has finally come true in this one. I sincerely wish them all the best. The following year, after successfully passing my postgraduate entrance exams and completing my undergraduate studies, I used the money I had saved from part-time jobs during university to travel around France for a month. In September, I began my postgraduate studies while simultaneously preparing for a Ph.D. program. After graduating from university, Li Jing started working immediately. The day before she left Beijing, we spent the whole day together, dining, shopping, and having a wonderful time. When we parted, she said to me, "Tansy, you're outstanding, and your future is very bright. Keep going, do what you want to do, and become a better version of yourself." I nodded and hugged her. "Yes. Let's keep working hard together and run toward the light in our hearts." Alright, in the second semester of my second year of graduate school, I was very busy with my studies, spending even weekends in the library researching. That afternoon, just as I was leaving the library to meet my advisor, I received a call from an unknown number. "Hello, who's speaking?" I answered politely. "Tansy Lin, it's me." A male voice came from the other end of the line. I was surprised, unable to recognize who it was. "May I ask who you are?" I inquired. "Gratian." Suddenly, the name felt both unfamiliar and strangely familiar to me. After quickly composing myself, I asked, "How did you get my number?" "Zhongyong told me." "I see." Zhongyong was our high school classmate. He graduated from Beijing Foreign Studies University. Li Jing once took me to have dinner with him. and we exchanged contact information, but we never got in touch. What brings you to me? I asked. Gratian quickly said, "Can you lend me some money?" I thought I must have misheard. Gratian explained, "Lacey and I are working in the south right now, and we've spent all this month's wages. Can you lend me 1,000 yuan? This time I accepted the fact and refused without hesitation. "No, over there." Gratian was silent for a few seconds before speaking again. "Tansy Lin, I'm really struggling right now. Lacey and I dropped out of college in our junior year, after Lacey gave birth. We started working, but without a degree, our wages are extremely low. What we earn each month isn't even enough to cover our expenses. And my son is being raised by my parents back in our hometown. I heard you're still in school, so you probably don't have much money either. That's why I'm only asking to borrow 1,000 yuan from you. Please lend it to me. I currently have over 30,000 in savings, but I won't lend it." Gratian, "Our relationship isn't at the stage where we borrow money. Gratian's tone changed. "Tansy Lin, how can you be so heartless? Although we haven't been in touch for a long time, we were once classmates and even dated. What's the big deal about asking to borrow 1,000 yuan? I'll pay you back next month when I get my salary," Gratian said angrily, then added with a complaint, "If Lacey and I could still get online loans, I wouldn't even be asking you for money." I can't imagine what life is like now for Gratian and Lacey Zhao, nor do I want to think about it. I remain indifferent. I'm just that cold-hearted. No loan. After saying that, I hung up the phone, blocked the unfamiliar number with a backhand, and along with it, Zhongyang's contact information as well. During the first spring festival of my Ph.D., I went back home. Li Jing now works at a television station and is even a team leader. We arranged to meet the day before New Year's Eve. After meeting, we hugged excitedly, chatting about our recent lives and the things happening around us. After talking for a long time, Li Jing suddenly remembered something and said to me, "By the way, I have some news for you. Lacey Zhao cheated." Hearing this, I felt surprisingly calm. Li Jing continued with what she knew. After Lacey Zhao married Gratian, things didn't go well. Last summer, Lacey Zhao was caught in bed with someone else by Gratian himself. I heard that Lacey Zhao didn't show any worry or fear at all and directly asked Gratian for a divorce. Gratian didn't agree and immediately knelt down to Lacey Zhao, begging her to come home. Quite an unexpected scene, isn't it? I smiled but didn't answer. Li Jing sighed. I really don't know what Gratian sees in Lacey Zhao. Lacey Zhao is somewhat good-looking. But when you look around, she's not particularly stunning. Gratian used to be such a top student, ranking first in the grade several times. That year he got into Tsinghua University, yet he chose to repeat a year for Lacey Zhao. Repeating a year is one thing, but to focus only on romance and neglect his own future, that's just foolish. Later went to a second-tier university, then dropped out to get married and have kids. Really don't know what they were thinking. They could have just taken a leave of absence from college. I didn't respond, nor did I bother to speculate. After the new year, on the 5th day of the lunar calendar, while shopping at the mall with my cousin, we noticed a crowd gathered in one spot, seemingly over some dispute. With a gossipy curiosity, my cousin tugged at me. "Come on, let's go see." As we approached, we saw that it was actually Lacey Zhao and Gratian's mother, with a young boy standing beside them. In my memories from my past life, Gratian's mother was a kind and gentle person who treated everyone with warmth. Before I married Gratian, she was very good to me, and after the marriage, she treated me even better. She was also very understanding. When I told her I wanted to prioritize my career and consider having children later, she nodded in agreement, saying that as long as Gratian and I were happy, that was all that mattered. And a woman's career was equally important. But now, her face looked aged and weary, and the look she gave Lacey Zhao was filled with sorrow and anger. "It's all your fault. You ruined my son," Gratian's mother said hoarsely, blaming Lacey Zhao. "Back then, my son had already been accepted into Tsinghua University, but you insisted he retake the exams with you." Lacey Zhao's face twisted in anger. "Don't you dare slander me. I did tell your son back then that I liked him and wanted him to retake the exams with me so we could both get into a good university. But the final decision was his. What does that have to do with me? Besides, Your son didn't even help me get into a good university either. Also, if your son hadn't repeated his school year back then, I would have been with another man. His family owns a factory, a rich second-generation heir. It's your son who ruined my path to becoming a wealthy lady, making me suffer with him all these years. Now I can't even get a divorce. It's so frustrating." After hearing these words, Gratian's mother felt utterly heartbroken, tears welling up in the corners of her eyes. "Grandma, don't cry." The little boy quickly went to wipe his grandmother's tears. Gratian's mother looked at her young grandson, her mouth opening several times, but ultimately she said nothing. Soon, Gratian's mother composed herself and, looking at Lacey Zhao again, took the initiative to grasp her arm. "Lacey, let's not talk about the past anymore. You haven't been home for over half a year. Today, since Miu Miu and I have run into you, why don't you come home with us? Okay, you see, Miu Miu is still young. He needs his mother. He can't be without his mother. You and Gray should live well together. Let Gray go out to earn money. I'll do the laundry and cooking for you, and our family can stay together happily. Okay." The plea from Gratian's mother made many onlookers unable to bear the sight. But the next moment, Lacey Zhao forcefully pushed Gratian's mother away. The old man stumbled and fell to the ground. "Don't pull me. Get away from me. Go home with you. Live happily. Dream on." He, Gratian, has no skills and no money. Why should I follow him? To suffer? I'm a stunning beauty, and many wealthy men adore me. Isn't it great that I can choose someone who's both rich and handsome? After finishing her angry outburst, Lacey Zhao smoothed her hair. When she looked at Gratian's mother again, her gaze remained fierce. "Go home and tell your useless son to hurry up and divorce me. I don't want Shen Miu Miu either. You can keep him for yourselves. And one more thing, don't block my way or touch me when you see me in the future, or I won't be polite with you." After saying this, Lacey Zhao glared fiercely at Gratian's mother and turned to leave. Gratian's mother sat on the ground, crying bitterly with a heart full of sorrow. The little boy beside her kept hugging his grandmother, crying and saying, "Grandma, don't cry. Grandma, don't cry," as the crowd gradually dispersed. A kind-hearted person helped Gratian's mother up and supported her as she walked away. My cousin and I turned to leave, and she casually remarked, "This old lady is actually quite nice." I didn't respond, but inwardly I agreed. Gratian's mother is a good person. After earning my Ph.D., I joined a research institute in Beijing. The salary was quite attractive, and I even had a single dormitory. Every day, I shuttled between the work area and the living area, a simple routine with minimal work pressure. A few months later, I made a close colleague friend at work named Zhu Jiao, who is a local from Beijing. Zhu Jiao and I occasionally went shopping together on weekends and sometimes traveled outside the province during holidays. Through my interactions with Zhu Jiao, I got to know her older brother, Zhu Hang, who is a police officer. He joined us several times when Zhu Jiao and I went out for meals. And once when we traveled to Hangzhou, he happened to be on leave and came along. This simple companionship gradually turned Zhu Heng and me into friends. I still keep in touch with Li Jing mostly by phone. Every time I go home for the new year, we make plans to meet up, sometimes when she comes to Beijing for business. I also make time to take her out for a meal. After work that day, Li Jing called me for a casual chat and mentioned something. Gratian and Lacey Zhao got divorced. Li Jing said she already knew about it. Didn't Lacey Zhao cheat a long time ago? Gratian hasn't been living a clean life either these past couple of years, often hooking up with people. In the end, they probably felt their marriage had lost its meaning, so they agreed to divorce. Lacey Zhao got a marriage certificate with someone else the very next day after her divorce. Their child went to Gratian. I heard Lacey Zhao absolutely refused to take the child. And Gratian didn't want to give it up either, so the child stayed with the Shen family. I listened and nodded, treating it as just another piece of news, but I never expected that one day, Gratian would show up at my workplace. That day, I was in the office working on some documents when a colleague informed me, "Tanzi Lin, the security office called to say someone is looking for you at the guard's reception room." "All right, I'll go right away," I thanked my colleague. When I arrived at the entrance of the unit and walked into the reception room to see Gratian, I was quite surprised. How did he find his way here? Gration saw me and immediately stood up excitedly. Tansy Lin. He stepped forward, reaching out to grab me. I quickly took 2 steps back to avoid him. How did you know I was here? I asked in confusion. I met your aunt and told her I was your classmate, then asked about your situation. I froze. My relatives know where I work, but in this lifetime. Gration doesn't know my aunt, not even my parents. Could it be, had he also been reborn? With this suspicion in mind, I hesitated but didn't ask further, focusing only on the present. What do you want from me? I have something to say to you. Gration was still agitated, but he seemed hesitant. Tansy Lin, let's find another place. It's not convenient to talk here. He glanced at the security guard outside the window. I didn't know what he wanted to say. But it was true. The security guards outside could faintly hear our conversation here. I led him out of the reception room and walked a distance away from the unit's gate before stopping. What do you want to say? I asked. Tansy, let's get married. Gration's gaze was very serious. I was stunned. Just a single form of address, and I was certain. He had been reborn. In his past life, he always called me that. Gration continued. I know you're still unmarried now, waiting for me. I had a dream where we both got into Tsinghua University, then went on to Columbia for graduate school. Later, we made a lot of money, and we got married. You love me so much. You cook for me, wash my clothes, and you say you'll never leave me. I've long been divorced from Lacey Zhao and don't love her anymore. It's perfect that you're still waiting for me. Let's be together. Hearing this, I wasn't surprised, but I laughed. Gration frowned slightly, as if puzzled by my laughter, but continued speaking. Tansy, you're doing great at work now and have plenty of money. Although I might not be quite worthy of you, I'll work hard. I've already thought it through. I'll enroll in adult education to improve my qualifications, then find a good job, and we can live a good life together. But before I find a good job, I might need you to support me for a while. You love me a lot, so you probably wouldn't mind supporting me, right? Haha, I laughed out loud. Support you? Dream on. Gration was astonished. With a serious and resolute expression, I said, Gration, I'm not married yet, and I have nothing to do with you. Moreover, I don't love you. On the contrary, I despise you. The sight of you makes me sick, so I hope you'll stay away from me in the future. Get lost. I turned and walked away without another word. Gration immediately chased after me. No, Tansy, you must love me. Are you treating me like this because you're angry that I married Lacey Zhao before? Then let me make it up to you. Can I hug you? Gration said as he reached out his hand. I quickly dodged and seized the moment to raise my hand, slapping him across the face. With a loud smack, Gration seemed to regain some composure. I glared at him fiercely. Gration, I wish you and Lacey Zhao would stay together forever. Wasn't that your wish in your past life too? Gration was shocked. You too? I couldn't be bothered to explain anything further and just said one word, scram. I turned and walked away. A month later, I heard about Gration's murder incident from Li Jing. Gration killed Lacey Zhao. The scene was extremely brutal. I heard Gration's son got injured in a fight with kids in the neighborhood. The whole Gration family went to the hospital to donate blood. But not a single blood type matched. Later, Gration thought deeper about it and took a paternity test. Turns out, the boy wasn't his son at all. He'd been raising someone else's child all these years for nothing. Then Gration went to confront Lacey Zhao. He knocked her out on the spot, took a knife and stabbed her to death, then stripped her clothes off. Currently, Gration has been taken away by the police and will likely face the death penalty. After hearing it, my heart remained completely unruffled. My life now is still peaceful and fulfilling, with a little achievement in my career. That day, after having dinner with Zhu Jiao and Zhu Heng, Zhu Jiao received a call from a friend and left in a hurry due to an urgent matter. Zhu Heng and I didn't know what to do next. Just as I was about to suggest we go home separately, Zhu Heng spoke up first. Perfect timing. Tansy Lin, there's something I want to tell you. I motioned for him to continue. Zhu Heng suddenly seemed a bit nervous, but quickly composed himself and looked at me earnestly. Tansy Lin, I've liked you for a long time. Would you be my girlfriend? The kind that leads to marriage. After speaking, Zhu Heng scratched his head and continued, I may be a bit rough around the edges, But my character is absolutely sound. You've been in my heart for a long time. I want to protect you and be with you forever. So, can you give me a chance, at this moment? My heart is filled with joy and excitement. I've always had a good impression of Ju-Hung, and now that I understand his feelings, well, sure, I replied with a smile. Ju-Hung, thrilled and overjoyed, immediately took my hand, and our fingers intertwined. Hello, girlfriend. Ju-Hung smiled handsomely. I responded, hello, boyfriend.